Howdy out there in the YouTube world. This is a Backyard Soul coming to you from the backwaters of Pierce County in Spanaway, Washington. And what I have here is I'm using my 1 horsepower Harbor Freight pump to pump water from those storage tanks there. There's a 305 gallon storage tank that I purchased from plastic-mart.com. Had it shipped from Washougal, Washington, and that one's completely full. And what I'm doing is I'm using the water, running it through a hose, running the hose through the pump, which I had to replace that backflow valve there, and I got another one. It was better constructed. The one that came with this didn't work, it broke, so I replaced it, and I'm have it hooked to that PVC pipe, and that's the inlet for the water going in through the pump. And then the pump is running off of the solar electric power supply that's coming from my shop building there. And I'm charging with these sun module 245 watt monocrystalline panels that get converted through the MPPT charge regulator down to a voltage necessary to charge the 12 volt battery bank. So once the batteries are buffered, the overflow power is being utilized to run this pump, which is running approximately about 700 watts, 6 point some amps. And so I'm bringing in about 45 amps, 17 volts, roughly between 17-18 volts off my solar to charge the batteries, and then I'm using the PowerBright inverter to run the 1 horsepower Harbor Freight pump. Now, as you can see, I have that manifold connected, and what happened was it cracked. So I tried to take some of that PVC cement and close the crack, but it's not quite working. But it's not real high pressure, so it's leaking a little. But what it's doing is filling this here baby up. And I got that source is going to the standpipe there that I've used. That's replaced the downspout, and that's where the rainwater falls into that pipe right there, and it fills that pipe up. And it fills that pipe up, which is level to the top of this here green water tank. So the level off of inside of that standpipe will always be a little higher than the top of this tank. So one of my videos I'm showing the water spill over the side when it's raining. And of course, not really recommended for an area where you live. If you have a lot of heavy downpours, don't do the system I have. I'm using garden hoses, which are 5/8, and the 5/8 block. The 5/8 restricts a considerable flow of water. If you have a heavy downpour, typically what happens during a heavy downpour is the water will fill that pipe and it'll spill over the side before the pressure can fill this vessel here. So it would be ideal if I had the size of the bulkhead fitting there. If I had pipe that was a 1-inch diameter, or actually a 2-inch diameter pipe, PVC, and I could bring that from the source and have it throughput easily from the catchment system that I have. But unfortunately, I don't have neither the time nor the resources right now to put that in place. But it physically, theoretically, should be possible to handle heavy downpours. So as you can see on the side of the roof normally where that rain gutter would just be open, I put the Maritex, or what is it, Marex, the filter or screens that are plastic. As you can see, the dark colored one warped in the sunshine, and the white a couple places have warped, and most of it I've glued down with the Gorilla Glue, which has been handy. And same thing with this porch roof right here. I've used the same. I've used the screens there on that to catch the pine needles and the debris before it goes into the standpipe. So right now, I'm using the pump is running off of the solar electric system. I have my made in USA 245 watt sun module panels that are running at approximately 36 volts, or yeah, well, let's say, well, 28, 30, 32, 36 volts. Then the power gets converted down to lower voltage, 17, 16, 17, 18 volts, to charge the battery bank from the MPPT charge regulator. And these crack, you know, these fittings, they crack, so you got to replace them. So ideally you'd want to have all PVC and have this all in the ground, not have hoses laying around like what I do. So anyhow, remember to thumb up and subscribe. Thanks for stopping by.